Yeah, it's really, really sticky, you know, like gummy.
When you just cut it off the tree, a lot of latex comes out, so you got to let that bleed out. Yeah.
And when it ripens up really good, properly, you should be able to open it with your bare hands, like this. You can see right here. You can just sometimes just tear into it without a knife.
I love it when it's all
So depending on the kind of jackfruit, this is a little bit more of a wild jackfruit. Like some of the more grafted cultivars are.
Don't throw up the jackfruit.
Yep. Two at a time. You gotta do two at a time.
Say that again?
Yeah. But you know it's ripe when you can open it with your bare hands, right? So that's one technique for most jackfruit. Some of the grafted cultivars do keep a little bit tighter. There's a central core that goes right down the middle of the jackfruit. There's probably approximately 250, maybe 300 segments of fruit that connect to the central core. And inside each one is a seed that you can plant another jackfruit. They're very vibrant, or very prolific. Yeah, they grow really easily. They sprout really well. They're pretty resistant to most diseases and don't require, you know, a lot of fertilizer. They're a great windbreak tree because the fruit hangs from the trunk and doesn't fall off in the wind. But there is a central core that'll go down. It doesn't go all the way. It goes to about here. So I like to cut this part off first because, you know, generally you got to have a group of people around when you're eating a jackfruit because, you know, this is medium size. And, you know, you want to let people know what it tastes like, and, you know, the anticipation's getting...
It's terrible. You guys won't like it.
Yeah. So you can get this piece off, and then you got a flower here. This is a softer jackfruit, so the pieces come out really, really easy. I believe there's one that came tonight from Whispering Winds, and that's maybe an orange flesh one, just guessing because I saw some that they had.
I think so.
Yeah, and so those ones tend to be a little bit more crispy. Some people prefer those. This is a little bit more goopy. And so the pieces, like you try to chew it into two pieces, and you'll never chew it into two pieces. It remains one piece. You know, goes in one piece unless you could cut it in half. But they just come out like this. So you can open this up like flour. Take this little piece of core out right here, and you can just see all these segments just fall out. Vince was talking about Stephen Reeve and Kipahulu. I heard a story from him that when he was in Uganda, I want to say Uganda, he said that there's all kinds of political turmoil, whatever, going on over there. But he said the children were like taken care of because the forest was providing jackfruit, and you could see like kids on the side of the road. You'd be like, "What are those kids doing?" And they're like all like huddled around a jackfruit. They all got like got their bellies, their jackfruit belly. They're all like getting nourished. It's about 90% carbohydrate, and jackfruit is maybe 5% fat, 5% protein. That's the flesh. You see how easy these pieces just come out. It's not too difficult to prepare if it's the right ripeness. And like I said, so once you can open it up, and you just eat the inside, the yellow flesh.
As you can see, we can't feed ourselves here on Maui.
Yeah, there's a lot of calories in a jackfruit. I have a very large appetite myself, and so does the rest of my family members, and we get full. We eat jackfruit. We get jacked up. We eat as much as we can, and then at the end, it's like if it's this size, it's tough to finish it. But I just like to take all these pieces. A lot of people are intimidated. What do I do with the jackfruit? I can't eat it all at once. So you take all these pieces. You can remove the seeds. You can just take them all out and stick them in a jar. They're usually good for 3 or 4 days to get them. And
now I was just told too that you can take the seeds, soak them for 2 days, and then cook them in a salty water, and then you can eat the seed.
Yeah, the seed is very nutritious as well. So if you want to go, really sustainable, get the maximum out of it. Yeah, it's like a potato or a chestnut. You just want to get the skin off. You can eat it raw, but the skin's kind of in the way, and it adheres to the inside, the nut. So if you can get that off, you can eat it raw or just spit it out.
Hey Ben,
And then
you see the skin here? You eat the skin and it'll clean your colon.
scrapes it out.
Scrapes it right out.
But you can use the seeds. You can use the fruit. And then what I personally like to do with my rind is to feed it to my worms. The ducks like it too. You know, they go pick at it. But the worms pretty much do a great job of finishing it up.
We have a jackfruit tree that they're dropping before they're ripe. Does anybody know what to do to
Micronutrients. Usually micronutrient deficiency when your fruit's not setting properly to where, you know, it's doing that, yeah. Check it. Did you have a soil test done?
Well, it's a lot could be to do with genetics. Like, did you plant a grafted tree that you bought from the store, like that had a name on it, or was it just like it was just kind of already there? So there are inferior varieties of jackfruit. I don't know unless I would, know a little bit more about it.
Last one.
Yeah.
Cut it back, man. Get in there, and threaten that tree. Threaten the tree. Put the machete next to it and say, "You feel the metal?" You watch. It'll hold its fruit.
Yeah. Elevation is amazing. Like, okay, so I'm at 1,800 feet, and they grow, and they fruit well. It's really good. I think I've read up to 3,000, but they grow a lot slower, and they prefer more. It's tropical, so lower would be better. They're going to do a lot better in areas where they get more water too. Where I'm at in Hula, we don't get much water, so we definitely have to irrigate. But pretty fast growing tree. In the right conditions, I've heard as little as 18 months from seed you could get fruit. Now that's like everything is perfect. You got the perfect climate, perfect seed, perfect nutrients, and you can do that.
Ryan, this is something we should do every month with a different fruit, yeah? Different exotic fruit. What do you think, guys?
Sunlight or shade, Ryan?
What about dangers?
Wait, he's got a question in the back. Go ahead.
What about dangers of falling jackfruit?
It's a lot better than falling durian.
Sunlight?
Falling durian is definitely lethal. Jackfruit, you might just get knocked out.
Well fed. You got a question here?
Sunlight, she just answered it. Sunlight or shade was my question. Whether
Yeah, they like full sun.
Full sun.
Yeah, probably a little shade in the beginning when they're first growing, but as a nurse, you need like a nurse plant around them, whatever. Kind of, they need maybe even their own little windbreak in the beginning just to go. How much should I buy it for? It depends by the fruit or by the pound.